How's it going? My name is Omar, and today we are covering the split stance. All right, welcome back everyone. Today we're covering the split stance in the Movement for Foundation series. All right, so this split stance, what is a split stance squat? Now a split stance squat is a squat with my feet not in alignment or not square. So I'm in a split stance position, hence split stance squats. Now the distance of the split stance can be determined by you. If I have too large of a split stance, then it becomes a lunge. So you can create as the distance as far as you want, that's up to you. But there are principles, not rules. There's principles to follow. And if you follow along the principles, then you should be safe doing whatever distance feels comfortable for you. All right, so the key to the split stance position is going to be one heel is going to be off the ground. I can't split stance squat with both of my heels on the ground. My ankle just doesn't have that range of motion. So what we're going to need to do is bring the heel up. Now, once we bring the heel up, the connection point to the floor is going to be the balls of my feet. Now, the balls of your feet are going to be under your big toe, which is the big ball of the foot. And then the cross from it under the pinky toe is going to be the other side of the ball of the foot. So you have 2 points of connection. The third will be the heel, but in this case, we're not connecting the heel to this back foot. Now the front foot, I want to be on all 3 points of connection. So I want to make sure that I'm nice and solid on top. Now the back foot, in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show the heel to toe alignment for the split stance for the video. So heel to toe just means heel to toe, hip width apart. That's going to be my position or my length. So in this case now I have to make sure the heel doesn't touch. Both of my feet are facing forward and I'm really solid on the ball of my feet. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hip hinge and bend the knees at the same time. If I don't bend the knees, then my hip hinge becomes a split stance Romanian deadlift, which we'll cover in a future video. But since we're doing a split stance squat, I'm going to hip hinge, bend my knees, and drive my hips downward. Now, as I drive my hips downward, I want to make sure that my weight is even. My weight is not just on one side, it is even right down the center. My front foot, my heel is flat on the floor. My back should be nice and straight, and the angle of my body is going to be somewhere on this angle here. I'm not going to be up higher, because then my heel will come up off the ground. So I'm facing this direction. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive my hip forward and stand at the same time. I'm not crawling it like this. See that? My chest did not come up with my hips. I want to make sure that when I come up, I drive off the back foot, balance with my left, and I come upward. Notice how I drove my hip at the end. Okay, let me change angles here. Heel to toe alignment. I'm gonna hip hinge first. As I hip hinge, I'm gonna start bending the knees, and then I'm gonna bring my glutes right down to the heel. So again, now I'm facing this direction. I'm gonna drive my hip forward, extend my knees at the same time. Drive my hips, upright position. And my heel doesn't flatten when I get up to the top. And the reason being is, it's not that it's bad, it's just my weight, my hips are here, they're loaded, they're ready to go. If I'm gonna do my exercise, I go down and I come back up. If I place my heel down, look where my hips go. They go back, which then means I have to bring the hips forward and then come down. So it just makes it easier for me to stay loaded the whole time. So when I come up, I drive my hip forward, and I'm now heel is up off the ground. Now, what's also important is the knees. What do my knees do when I squat? So when I'm squatting, I want to make sure that my knees face forward. I don't want them to buckle inward, nor do I want them to bow outward. If that's the case, if they do buckle or bow, you're going to have to make sure that we only do the range of motion that you can go down before you compensate. If you're able to go all the way down without compensating at the knees, as you hip hinge, bend the knees, boom. Now the knees are facing forward. They're not buckled or bowed or buckled. Come right back up and drive through the hips. All right. Now, why is the split stance important? When we pick things up off the ground, we never square up to something and pick up. If it's heavy enough, most likely. But not every day, day-to-day things. We always do things asymmetrically. So if I'm going to pick something up, I'm usually in a split stance position, picking something up. So that split stance squat mimics an asymmetrical movement that we do naturally when we pick things up or move things. So that's the importance of the split stance squat. See you next week for the next exercise. And please remember to train smart, train hard, and stay independent.